Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you on this video how to bypass the oil pressure switch from the Vtec solenoid assembly on your Honda Element. Now, this Vtec solenoid is the one that's behind the engine. Let me see if I can get it right there. That's called the Vtec solenoid assembly. Now on that assembly you have two plugs. You have this one here, which is for the solenoid. It's actually called the rocker arm solenoid. And this here is the oil pressure switch. Now don't get confused with the oil pressure switch on that Vtec solenoid assembly and this one here. This here goes below that. This is also an oil pressure switch. Okay, we're bypassing the one that's connected to that Vtec solenoid assembly. That's this one right here. The way you go about doing this is you have to splice into the two wires and make some leads with some terminals. Okay, I soldered them and I put some liquid electrical tape on them. You do the same thing with the solenoid plug. Put two leads and do the same thing. Now this, the solenoid plug, which when you're looking at it this way, is on the left side. You plug that one back in, okay? This one here, you don't plug back in anymore. This is your oil pressure switch, which you're bypassing. Now what you're doing with these leads, the two on this and the two on this, you're going to get a 12 volt 30 amp relay. It's a 5-pin relay. You're only utilizing 4 because you have 4 wires, 2 and 2, but you need the 5-pin because you need that additional pin, which is the 87A, and that's normally closed. You need that one, so that's why you need the 5-pin. And the way you hook this up is you get the solenoid. This is a solenoid one, the smaller one, and you plug that into number 85. And you got it, 85 and 86. If you notice, the one on the left and the one on the right. Now the other two pins, the one in the middle is 87A, and the one on the bottom right here is 30. That's the one you hook up your pressure switch leads to. Okay, so pressure switch 30 and 87A, and the solenoid valve connections go to 85 and 86. Once you do that, it tricks the computer into believing there's oil pressure, so it will let the Vtec kick on so you can go over 3,000 RPMs, and it also eliminates that engine code that you get, 26, 46, 47, 48. Now, where you mount this, I found a good spot right here. There was a bolt right there. It's on the frame. Take out that bolt. You can put it right on there. Rebolt it. Hook up everything. Put everything back where it belongs. And you can do what I'm doing. You can cover it up, protect it. I just took everything out so I had more slack. So I took it out of that whole channel there so I can work on it. Just remember, anytime you do any electrical work, disconnect the battery. I have one of these type connectors. I just turned that green knob and it disconnects the power, the ground. All right, another thing is good to do is put some dielectric grease on the end before you plug that one back in. This one you don't use, as I said, so you can wrap it up, tape it up, put it in an electronic box if you want, tape it up and mount it somewhere. Make sure everything is secure so it doesn't move, and that should solve your issue with your 3,000 RPMs surgeon, which is in the limp mode, and you won't have that engine code. All right, I just wanted to describe a couple of things. Back there where I pointed out before, that's your Vtec solenoid assembly. Okay, That has a screen on it. You can try cleaning the screen, replacing the whole unit. You can change just the oil pressure switch if you like. That's one thing you can do. Of course, check that you have oil in your crankcase. The other thing is on the side here. There's another valve alongside here. Okay, that's called a VTC, oil control solenoid valve. And in front of that, right here, down in here, let me see if I can see it, right down there, is the screen for that VTC oil control solenoid valve. Okay, so you have to check that. Make sure you got to look in your service manual how to check it. I think you have to ohm it out, check continuity. And this one, you got to make sure it's clean. Also that one also, I believe there's also a clearance measurement you need to know, because it's a valve that opens and closes. The one in the back, you have to check where those plugs plug in. You have to check continuity on those. It shouldn't be opened. All right. So you got the one in the back, one on the side, one in the front. You could check all that. You could check all your plugs. Make sure you have continuity on all these wires. You can go as far as you can. You could check the ground to the battery. Make sure that's good. Make sure these connectors are good. They're not full of water, not grounding out. All right, there's a few other things you can do to try to get rid of that limp mode. Engine code 2647. But if you can't figure this out and you're constantly changing parts and cleaning your screens and replacing your oil, and it comes and goes, there's really no videos out there that gives you a permanent solution to this. So this is a bypass I'm showing you, and this could be your answer. Now, of course, this is something I'm doing on my vehicle. It's a risk that I'm taking. I don't see any problems with this. So if you do this, you're taking on your own responsibilities of doing this. Okay, this is like a last resort when you think you can't go any further and you can't use the vehicle. You want to try this? You can. Now, when you do these leads with your relay, if it doesn't work and you don't feel comfortable using it, you can just unplug it and put these plugs back where they belong. Okay, this one's already in there. This one you just put it back onto the assembly, and you're back in action again. And then you can have someone else look deeper into this, but you're going to spend a lot of money finding someone that's able to troubleshoot this. And that's all I have for you. I hope this helps you out. This is something I picked off another person on a Honda Element forum. He had a nice written description of this, and I'm just sharing it, and I figure I'll make a video so it can help any other Honda owners with the Vtec engine and the Honda Elements in particular. Thanks for watching. I'm trying to grow this channel, so please consider subscribing, thumbs up, anything, so I can share what I know and what I learn from others. I'll pass it on to you. Thank you.